welcome back to another Thru Hiker interview. Today I am with the Happy Go Londons. They YouTube and they're on Instagram and Facebook, correct? Yeah, under Happy Go Londons. They are currently thru hiking the Appalachian Trail, and I think today's May 9th. So I'm shooting this video on May 9th.
June 9th. You missed a whole month there.
June 9th. That just shows you how this week has been going. So I'm just going to ask them a couple questions, and we're going to get to know them a little bit. All right, cool, guys. Can you introduce yourselves separately and just tell me where you're from?
My name is Brady London, and I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma, originally, but now traveling the world.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm Carlie London. I'm originally from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and now I guess qualify as a nomad, so yeah.
Cool. So you guys started your thru hike in March, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
What was the date that you started in March?
We started on March 6th.
March 6th,
yeah.
Okay. And then everything happened. COVID happened.
Right.
So tell us the whole story about what you have been doing, like when you started that whole time, and then like what you've been doing in the meantime, and now what you're doing now.
We got on trail on March 6th at Amicalola Falls, did the approach trail, and we spent 22 days hiking in March, and made it to the NOC in North Carolina, and had to get off trail. Well, we went to the NOC. We decided to, the Smoky Mountains had closed due to coronavirus, and we decided to go around the Smokies. We were going to get back on at Standing Bear, and while we were traveling up to Newport, Tennessee for a resupply, that's when we found out the U.S. Forest Service had shut down hiking and camping within the national forests. So we did not want to hike illegally, just because we're on social media and stuff like that. It just not our vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
So
we had planned to continue hiking until it became illegal, and at that point we would decide that it was time to get off.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty important.
Right, yeah. It's like, we'll hike no matter what until then.
Until it's legal.
Yeah.
So when it became illegal for us to continue hiking, we had some tough decisions to make. Did we want to go past those particular forests, which would put us all the way into Virginia, which puts us closer and closer to
the big outbreak
spots, and put us into communities that may or may not want us there.
For sure.
Yep.
So
and the Shenandoahs had closed.
So after planning it would be a logistical nightmare. It would be like we keep saying, it'd be like a really bad game of hopscotch. Like we can do this section, and we have to hop up here, and then we'd have to hop around this.
It's a lot of logistics at that point.
And a lot of money spent.
Traveling.
So we decided to take an extended zero, as we like to call it. And
which was 57 days.
You can pick up from there.
What was the day your zero started, your extended zero?
March 28th
was our last day on trail.
Okay.
And we were off trail by 11 or noon or so that day, so we hiked all morning and then got off. Then the NOC. Then our extended zero was 57 days from that point, and then we got back on. But during that time, we didn't really know what to do because we sold everything before starting. So we sold our house and our cars, most of our possessions. I was like, where do you go?
For sure.
Where do you go? What do you do? So luckily my brother picked us up in his camper van, which is about a third of the way finished.
Yeah.
So we lived in that with him, all three of us in a van. Spent time in West Virginia and Virginia, just rock climbing, learning how to surf, fishing, hanging out on the beach, doing some
living off grid.
doing some hiking, living off grid.
That's really cool.
Hanging out, and then we did end up helping him with his van and stuff too.
Yeah.
Felt like we needed to pay him back kind of
But you guys also achieved something in that time.
Yeah.
What did you do during that time
besides
just hanging out?
hanging out?
Yeah.
So yeah, we for several years now have kind of had a dream of learning how to sail, because one of the things we like to do after the trail is live on a sailboat. And so we did that. We drove down to South Florida and we took a sailing course with Blue Water Sailing School down there in Fort Lauderdale, and went, the Smokies were opening up, so we were like, we'll go sail and then we'll come back and get back on trail after sailing.
Yeah.
So we did, yeah. We went down to South Florida and
spent a week sailing around Biscayne Bay.
yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yeah.
cool, y'all.
And got certified, both of us.
And now you're back.
And
Now you're back on the trail.
We're back
Where
on
did
trail.
you start and when?
So we got back on trail
Yeah.
at the NOC
Mhm.
on
think
May,
the 24th or 25th?
something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I think it's the 25th.
Yeah.
On like May 25th, I think is the date.
Yeah.
But we rented a car in Fort Lauderdale, drove up to Franklin, North Carolina, dropped the car off at Enterprise, and called one of the shuttle drivers. Her name's Beverly out of Franklin, and she drove us up to the NOC and dropped us off at the NOC, where we met our friends Tuna and Minnow.
Yep.
They had just gotten back on trail as well.
They got off a couple days before we did, so they got on a couple days before where they had gotten off to
And
catch up.
That worked out really
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Met us at the NOC, and then we all started hiking north together, and we've been on trail ever since.
Yeah.
Cool. So how long has that been? About 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
I think. Almost.
2 weeks yesterday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
So what was your biggest motivation for starting a through hike? So not a lot of people really do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was your biggest motivation to get out here, not only hike, but also to vlog it as well? Because you guys do vlog the trail.
The motivation was me.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I was planning to hike by myself back in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had started dating in like mid 2016, and we had gotten engaged, and we were looking at getting married in April. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, we can get married, and then I'm leaving to go hike the Appalachian Trail. And he's like, wait, hang on a second.
Whoa.
Newlyweds, and then you're leaving to hike. And I was like, yeah, because I'm hiking. And you had already bought a house that you were in the process of flipping.
I had a job and a mortgage that I couldn't get out of
Right.
because the first thing I did when I bought the house is I tore down walls. So I could not even sell the house at the time for what I bought it for.
Yeah.
It was
I was like considered upside down, I guess, in my mortgage, because I mean there were walls missing,
yeah.
and
That's a big thing to a house.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Walls.
Walls, yeah.
And
Kind of
so-
important, a little bit.
I made a deal with her that if she would stick around and help me finish the house for 3 years, I had a 3-year plan,
You would
that
hike.
I would hike with her.
Yep.
There you go. So you're here.
So I'm here. So
yeah.
we put the house on the market the week before we
Left the trail.
got on a plane to come to the trail, and we actually sold the house from trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that was
negotiated everything from the trail, which was a
fun.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
That's awesome though.
But it's gone.
That's a lot of work.
Yep. And it's done, and it's gone, and it's
So what has been the toughest thing through hiking besides like COVID? Like obviously
all
it's
that, yeah.
it's a lot, and it's probably everyone's number one.
Yeah.
What has been the toughest thing besides that
Yeah.
that aspect of trail?
I think for me, and it's probably different for you, but for me, I was expecting Brady to have more trouble, just like with the physical aspects of hiking, just because, I don't know, he rolls his ankles a lot, and he trips a lot.
I hurt myself a lot.
Yeah.
Like
And so
more than the average person should, and I hurt myself a
yeah,
lot.
and so I was expecting that.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be me.
And I have asthma.
And you have asthma, yeah, which is like athletic and allergy induced asthma,
Yeah.
you know. And so I was prepared mentally, for those things to be happening to Brady, not to me. I hurt my knee, and I don't know, I didn't do anything, but it hurt a lot in the beginning. And so we had to go slow because of me. And I've had tons of like foot pain and you know, my knee's better now, but I wasn't prepared for me to be the reason that we had to go slow, or so that's been really hard for me. Just like,
was it like expectations?
Yeah,
the expectations weren't.
Yeah, it was like, I know that I'm strong, and I know that like our bodies can do so much more than we think they can, but it was hard, especially early on, and it's getting better, but just to be like, why can't I do this? Why am I struggling so much? Why isn't my body performing how it should? You know,
that's tough.
And so that, I think, so far has been the hardest thing for me.
But you're getting better. Like you guys are ramping up the miles.
Yeah. Getting stronger. My knee isn't bothering me like it was in the beginning. And I mean, we're still having normal aches and pains, but that's to be expected.
When you hike day
right. Yeah. Exactly. Your body's not really used to that. So, but that's been. I don't know about you, but that's been.
Because you also struggle breathing going like on the climbs.
And I don't have asthma. But going uphill
it's hard.
Hard.
Oh yeah. What has been the toughest thing for you?
Surprisingly, that the athletic part of it has not been as much of a challenge for me. And even in March, like I was feeling very comfortable with where we were at, and it was feeling good. But especially coming back now, and we're so far south, because we took the 2 months off, we're so far south still, and it's June. Like the heat just is just killing me. The sweating and the heat. I don't handle heat very well. I don't like it. I would much rather hike in snow and cold personally than the heat and sweating and the bugs. It's definitely like it's just draining me mentally and emotionally. I'm just like, if I go to bed sweating, I don't get any sleep.
So you're just sweating all day.
Just sweating
all night.
Sweating all day. And it's just hot. There's no breeze, and like for me, when I sleep, I want it to be like cold, lots of blankets, a fan going, and like you just don't have those luxuries and a tent, and you're just laying on top of your sleeping bag, like being miserable, just like
in a coat of sweat.
Just like I'm like spread out, like don't touch me, like I'm so sticky, dirt everywhere, and it's just miserable.
I hated those nights.
And so then I don't get any sleep, and so I wake up tired the next day, and the heat just zaps you of all your energy. And so I'm like, my muscles at the end of the day, like I don't feel weak, like I don't feel sore. I'm not like, my muscles don't feel like they've been worked as much as I feel like they should be. But I have no energy. Like my leg muscles are fine, and I'm like, I just hiked up these mountains. I should be sore. Like my legs should be sore, but I'm not. But I can't keep going because I have no energy. Like it just sat, and I think that's been probably the most difficult. Just probably the heat.
It's daunting, man. It's really daunting. I remember up in Connecticut, it was just like, it was just so hot. It was just so hot one day. Going into like, I think it was Great Barrington, just so hot. And it's that's all I have to say about that.
And it's only gonna get hotter.
It's only gonna get hotter. That's exciting.
I know, right?
So that's definitely been probably the most frustrating thing. And with that comes bugs and bug bites, and that just adds to the not being able to sleep because you're just covered in bug bites. And,
Bug bites and sweat.
Doesn't sound fun.
No.
So what's y'all's favorite piece of gear? That's a fun question people love.
Favorite? Oh, well, for health reasons, my water filter.
Yes.
without it, we would not be able to survive.
Yeah. Well, you could. You'd just
people
probably be
do it, but
having a hard time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yard
Yeah, I was gonna
around.
say you
Yeah.
have some clean bowels, but
How about like a fun piece of gear? Well, not fun. Everything's just like functional
Right.
in your pack.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I'm
Has
thinking
its
about it.
point, yeah. Favorite piece of gear?
I like our stove a lot.
Your stove? What stove do you
I
have?
was thinking the stove too.
It's the MSR reactor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I love.
Which is big and heavy.
Yeah, it's massive
compared.
and heavy compared to other people's stoves.
Yeah.
But it boils water so fast, and I love like showing it off when we get to shelters. We'll like break out the fancy stove that like.
And people make fun of us. They're like, "Oh, are you feeding a village tonight with that pot?" And we're like, "Yes, we are. We're the village."
We're the village.
But I was thinking the stove too.
Because it just goes so fast. It's
So
Yeah,
fast.
it boils water so fast, and like the way it's built, you can cook when it's windy. Like you don't have to worry about the flame going out.
Yeah.
So people who are like struggling to get their stove started on a windy night, and we're just like it's going, and it boils water so fast. It's very, very nice piece of gear, and very glad to have it.
Would you say that's your favorite piece of gear
That's
as
what I
well?
was thinking, and I was trying to think if there was anything else. But I love that stove.
That's a good thing.
I know. It's, I love it. I mean, there's definitely other things that I like. Right now, I think that stove is standing out. Probably is my favorite. I really like our quilt, too.
Okay, you guys have a double quilt.
Yeah, the shared, it's the Enlightened Equipment Accomplice.
Okay, yeah.
Right now it's so hot that it's like, I was loving it. Now it's hot.
Yeah.
But,
I sleep on top of it.
Yeah.
I don't. I still sleep in it.
So, how can we follow you guys on your adventures?
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of them coming up. Not just the Appalachian Trail. You have
Right.
a lot more than that. How can we follow y'all?
We've got a website.
Website?
Too. Yep. Which is thehappygolondons.com.
Happy Go
There's
London.
no V. It's just happy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
HappyGoLondons.com.
Yeah, no V. Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes. Facebook is basically just the same as Instagram.
Okay.
We just share to both pretty much.
Yeah.
Again, Happy Go Londons. All everything is Happy Go Londons.
Okay, Instagram and YouTube as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
If you want the most up to date, Instagram's the best place to use because we try to
closer to
real time, closer to real time.
Yeah.
With the posts as well, like Instagram stories pretty much are live.
Yeah.
So those are the most up to date, and then the posts and then the YouTube videos are usually like 2 to 3 weeks behind.
Okay.
Yeah. They're a little bit delayed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for talking with me. And so we're just gonna hang out now. So bye, y'all.
Bye.